Karen's sneer could curdle milk, and her sister Carla's laugh was a hyena's cackle echoing through the cul-de-sac. They stood by my mailbox, rifling through my letters like vultures picking at a carcass, oblivious to the storm they were about to unleash. It started innocently enough in our quiet suburban neighborhood, where the biggest drama was usually whose dog barked too loud. I'm Mia, a single mom and freelance graphic designer, just trying to keep my head above water. My porch was my sanctuary, where I'd sip coffee and sort through bills, dreaming of a day when my Etsy shop might pay for more than just groceries. But the HOA led by the infamous Karen's sisters Karen and Carla had other plans. They weren't just nosy, they were tyrants in tacky floral blouses, wielding their rulebook like a guillotine. Karen, the elder, was a walking caricature of entitlement. Her peroxide blonde hair was a helmet of curls, and her too tight leggings groaned under her weight. She'd waddled down the street, barking orders about lawn heights or mailbox colors, her voice dripping with disdain. Carla, her shadow, was slimmer but no less venomous, always giggling at Karen's cruel jabs. They'd taken a particular dislike to me since I painted my front door TILA a violation of their precious HOA code. It's an eyesore, Mia, Karen had spat during a community meeting, her chins wobbling with righteous fury. You're lowering property values. The mail theft began subtly. A credit card statement missing here, a package delayed there. I chalked it up to delivery errors until my neighbor, Mr. Thompson, a grizzled retiree with a soft spot for his roses, caught Karen red-handed. She was digging through my mailbox at 6 a.m. He growled over coffee one morning, his hands trembling with rage. Said she was checking for compliance. Compliance, my ass. I installed a cheap security camera, the kind you get off Amazon for $29.99. Sure enough, the footage showed Karen and Carla, bold as brass, opening mailboxes under the cover of dawn. They'd stuff letters into their oversized purses, snickering like schoolgirls pulling a prank. I felt my blood boil. Those weren't just bills, they were my daughter's birthday cards, my client contracts, my life. I confronted them at the next HOA meeting, holding up grainy stills from the camera. The room fell silent, but Karen just smirked. Prove it's not edited, she said, folding her arms. You're just mad about the door fine. The fines. Oh, the fines. The HOA had slapped me with $200 for unapproved aesthetic changes. I was barely scraping by, and now these women were stealing my mail and bleeding me dry. I reported the thefts to the post office, expecting a form letter in response. Instead, a postal inspector named Daniel Torres showed up at my door. He was a no-nonsense guy, mid-40s, with a handshake like a vice and eyes that missed nothing. Mail theft is a federal crime, he said, flipping through my complaint. Up to 7 years in prison. You got evidence. I handed over the footage, my heart pounding. Daniel watched it in silence, his jaw tightening as Karen's smug face filled the screen. I'll handle this, he said. Don't confront them again. Let me do my job. The next week was a pressure cooker. Karen and Carla strutted around like they owned the neighborhood, oblivious to the net closing around them. They even had the gall to send me another fine for excessive weeds in my yard, 2 dandelions by the mailbox. I kept my head down, trusting Daniel's plan, but the urge to scream at them was overwhelming. My daughter, Lily, noticed my stress. Why do those ladies hate us, Mom? She asked, her big brown eyes searching mine. I hugged her tight, promising it would be okay, but inside, I was seething. The confrontation came on a muggy Tuesday evening. I was watering my garden when I heard shouting. Mr. Thompson, bless his cranky soul, had caught Karen in the act again, this time with a stack of my mail in her hands. You thieving harpy, he yelled, waving his cane. Carla was there too, trying to shush him, but a small crowd gathered, Lily, and a neighbor named Sarah, who was already filming on her phone. Karen's face twisted into a snarl. This is HOA business, she bellowed. You people don't understand rules. That's when Daniel Torres pulled up in his unmarked sedan. He stepped out, badge gleaming, and the air shifted. Karen's bravado faltered as he approached, his voice calm, but razor-sharp. Karen Mitchell, Carla Mitchell, you're under arrest for mail theft, a federal offense. He held up a warrant, and I swear, Karen's face went from red to ghostly white in seconds. Carla squeaked, dropping a stolen envelope. The crowd murmured, Sarah's phone still rolling. You can't do this. Karen shrieked, her voice cracking. I'm the HOA president. I'm protecting this neighborhood. Daniel didn't flinch. He read them their rights as he cuffed Karen's wrists, her arms straining against the metal. Carla was sobbing, mascara streaking her face, as a second officer cuffed her. The neighbors watched, some in shock, others barely hiding their glee. Mr. Thompson muttered, "About damn time." As they were led to the car, Karen turned to me, her eyes blazing with venom. "This is your fault. You little nobody," she spat. I didn't respond. I just held Lily's hand, feeling a weight lift off my chest. Sarah posted the video online, and by morning, it had gone viral. Comments flooded in. HOA Karen got what she deserved. Karma's real. The HOA was dissolved a week later, replaced by a council that actually cared about people, not power trips. The fallout was swift. Karen and Carla faced federal charges: mail theft, wire fraud, even identity theft, as they'd been opening credit card offers to monitor residents. The judge didn't buy their sob story about community standards. Karen got 5 years, Carla, 3. Their mugshots, plastered across local news, showed 2 women stripped of their swagger, looking small and defeated. I framed the article, a quiet trophy on my mantle. But the real victory wasn't their punishment, it was the neighborhood coming together. Mr. Thompson started a community garden, and Sarah organized block parties. Lily's birthday cards, recovered from Karen's house, arrived late but cherished. I painted my mailbox teal to match my door, and nobody said a word. Sometimes, justice isn't just a courtroom gavel. It's the quiet reclaiming of your peace, the knowledge that bullies don't always win. Karen and Carla thought they were untouchable, but they forgot one thing. Even the smallest voices, when united, can bring down giants. The end.